How many boxes of beta and Arthurian Legends were printed? No one really knows exact numbers, but last week at Sorcery Con, there were interesting hints given in the presentation that Eric Scriosa gave the attendees, and that is what I'm going to talk about today. Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Hank from Wizard's Den. Today on Sorcery TCG News, I'll give you a brief summary on the official reveals that were made at Sorcery Con. Eric Scriosa gave a presentation regarding the present state of the game and also what is going to come up in the future. And within that presentation, we got some numbers regarding print runs of beta and Arthurian Legends. I will first give you the summary of the presentation, which includes various card reveals and the upcoming Dragonlord set. And after that, I will present the estimated print runs of beta and Arthurian Legends based on the information given in this presentation. I will also talk about the low dust point redemption issue too. The first thing Eric Scriosa presented was these numbers to explain the current state of the game and the company. Over 100 million cards were produced. 12,000 registered players exist in the Play network. 4.2 million access to Curiosa, 25% dust codes redeemed, and 11 total staff in Eric Scriosa. The first number is the key number I'll be talking later in details for the estimation of the print runs. I will also talk about the dust code redemption status later too. Quite impressed with the number of registered players, by the way. Good to see that the game itself is growing. The information following this were regarding new reveals for upcoming dust rewards, store kits, and the much anticipated Dragonlord set with a Q&A session at the end. The foil druid card, which did not exist in the actual booster packs, were revealed to be released as dust rewards. These will be two separate foil druid cards for each of the two sides, along with tawny and brewing cards as a full set. In addition, there are 5 more additional dust reward cards, which are Briar Patch by Vasily Yamalev, Camelot by Ian Miller, Common Cottagers and Foot Soldier by Andrea Modesti, and King Arthur from Drew Tucker, which will be a foil version. These are all to be released as dust rewards, but there were no mention in the exact date of the release. Next, there was an update on store kits. Eric Scriosa revealed that there would be a new store kit available with new promo cards. The 2 new promo cards that would be added is the Apprentice Wizard and Grand Meowster Wizards, illustrated by Severin Pinot. The 2 new cards will be such a great collection to add. Note that even though the name is slightly different from the original cards, you cannot add these in addition to the original version, which was commented by Eric Scriosa. The release date of the new store kits or the information on other materials included in the store kits were again not revealed, so we will have to wait for future updates. The final reveals were the Dragonlord set that everyone is waiting for. This set will be a mini set comprised of 13 cards. Yes, very small. Due to this size, it will not be a normal booster pack style release, and it was revealed to be sold as a set of cards. We do not know if this set means play set or just 1 card each, and we will need to wait for further information. The release date will be somewhere in 2025 with no exact date. The presentation session ended with a Q&A session, and some of the notable ones are listed in the slides here. One notable question was regarding how far of a set Eric Scriosa have planned out already. Eric, the founder of Eric Scriosa, answered they already have 7 sets planned, which is pretty far in for an annual release product. Eager to see what each of those sets will be based on, at least the next set after the Dragonlord will be something like this art, which Eric Scriosa revealed. Next, let's go back to some of the intriguing numbers that Eric Scriosa revealed during their presentation. The first one is regarding the total number of cards they produced. Though this number is obviously a rough figure, we can use it to roughly estimate the print run for beta and Arthurian Legends to acceptable precision. We first subtract the number of cards printed in alpha from this figure and calculate the number of Arthurian Legends boxes for a given amount of beta boxes. Remember, we have two unknowns here, so we can only reveal the relationship between these two print runs. I didn't bother subtracting precons, box toppers, and promos, as I don't think Eric's Curiosa meticulously added these up and reported this number. I think they would report 100 million even if the actual number was 150 million. This plot shows the print run in number of boxes, and the x-axis show number of beta boxes printed. Two lines indicate beta and Arthurian Legends boxes. From the graph, both sets' print run will be somewhere close to 100K if both were printed at the same quantity. This number does not surprise me at all, as I was speculating beta print run to be around 100K, and this result has the same order of magnitude to solidify my estimation. The other interesting number I want to discuss is the percentage of redeemed dust points. Eric's Curiosa reported only 25% of dust points were redeemed, indicating about 75% of the boxes are kept sealed. I think this number misrepresents what is actually being opened by a huge margin, as I strongly suspect there are many opened boxes without the dust points being redeemed. To back this up, let me show you a graph that shows the number of Philosopher's Stones that would exist for a given percentage of unopened beta boxes. I assume that the beta print run to be 100,000 for this example. All players and collectors would want at least one copy of that card. So the y-axis is essentially the total number of effective consumers it's possible to supply. You can see that even if 0% of the boxes were kept sealed, you will only be able to supply around 11,000 consumers, which is still a bit short than the number of people registered in the Play network. If only 25% of the products were opened as reported from the dust code redemption rate, you can only supply about 2,700 consumers, which is far less than the number of people registered in the Play network. Even if you assume that some consumers were satisfied with their alpha version of the cards and didn't care much for beta, 25% of products being not opened still feels like a wrong number. From this graph, the demand should overwhelm the supply and make the singles price of Philosopher's Stones to skyrocket, but that is clearly not what it happened. I also do not think only 2,700 new demands was generated, considering how many people are actually playing the game currently, and from other information such as numbers of supporting stores and access rates of social media, including YouTube. So there is something wrong with this dust code redemption percentage directly equating to the amount of sealed products. It's either many of the dust points are not being redeemed, or the number of consumers that want beta cards is extremely small relative to the registered Play Network members. I think the major contributor of the discrepancy is due to the former, just like I have unredeemed points lying around here. I think it's just unredeemed points skewing the numbers. It's a fair bit of work to punch these numbers in. Remember, back in beta, the numbers were not auto-filled like Arthurian Legends. Also, I'm pretty sure there were people who threw out the box not knowing about the dust points, which adds to the unreported dust points. The combination of these will generate lower dust redemption as it was presented by Eric's Curiosa. Furthermore, if this redemption percentage includes Arthurian Legends boxes, that itself will explain the low percentage. It's been only a month since release, and I don't think there is enough time for people to redeem all the dust points for this set. This should lower the total redemption percentage significantly. For example, if 50% of codes were redeemed for beta and 0% for Arthurian Legends, the total redemption will be 25% if the print run for both sets were equal. So I think for either reasons, this idea of almost 75% of products being sealed is very likely to be a false figure generated by unaccounted factors. Overall, I was really excited to see updates and the new cat wizards as store kits. I am so ready to win those at my store. What did you think of the reveals? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. So that's it. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for future episodes regarding sorcery. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great game.